Like most people, if it doesn't directly affect them or someone very, very close to them, like in their immediate circle, it doesn't matter to them. Like, and it's not that like they're a dick, it's just that it's hard to conceptualize. Like humans, as much as humans like to theorize and philosophize. I was gonna really mess up those consonants if I didn't. um, but you know, we like to do a lot of deep and abstract thinking, but it's also really hard for us to conceptualize on anything, any kind of a real level. For whatever reason, it's just how our minds work. Like when you tell someone like, oh, thousands of people died in this incident, it's like, you get that feeling, of course, of like, holy shit, that's really sad, but you're not really grasping the weight of it, you know? Like, and I'm a very, very empathetic person. Like, I am an involuntary energy matcher, as I like to call it. I really don't do it on purpose, but man, do I mirror the people around me, like their attitudes and stuff. And I feel people's energy so intensely. Like, if you come into a room and you're visibly upset, like, or even not visibly upset, like, in terms of, you know, throwing stuff around or, like, crying or something, but if it's more subtle than that, if it's, like, in your tone and your body language and stuff, it throws me for a loop, because I instantly go to, like, try to kind of figure out why, like, you know, think about what might be going on, what I could have possibly done, because again, humans are very self-centered naturally. It's just because if you think it makes sense, because we're just in this little flesh prison, and that's our only frame of reference for the entire universe around us. So of course, like, how we are minuscule, we are nothing. How could we ever conceptualize anything outside of what's in here? You know? It's just, it's very difficult. And people try to. I try to, you know? That's a big part of why I'm so sensitive to the issues of marginalized populations. Like, yes, I'm a member of a lot of those, but I'm also not a member of a lot more of them. And I try to extend that same feeling that I have for the communities that I am a member of, that same like feeling of defensiveness and understanding and compassion. And I try, you know, my goal is to feel that way for all other marginalized populations, because why wouldn't you? You know, like, even if you don't know what it's like to be Black, if you're gay, to an extent, you know what it's like to be marginalized. Maybe not to the same extent, of course, definitely not to the same extent, I'd argue, depending on where you're from. But, you know the general essence of it, you know? If you're disabled, if you're, you know, if you have neurodivergence, anything like that. Like, if you have one single marginalization, you can and should empathize with anyone else who has any other combination of marginalizations, right? Like, if you care about someone who has some category of marginalized population within their existence, you know, like, it's not very difficult to, it can be difficult, I guess, for some people, but that's what learning and growing is for, right? So, you know, I don't know where I was going with that. Geography is where that started, so welcome to my stream. Anyway, orders for Norvuk Ruins.